To another live stream and roll up a pour up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright, tap in, tap the fuck in. Y'all know what time it is. Back with another one. Let's get it. Tap in. Alright, this one be telling y'all about how I used to get off with the fake money. Yeah, that funny money. I had that shit for real. What you know about that? Tap in, tap the fuck in. Yeah, back in them days, what was it like '09, '10, somewhere around there. We had the funny money on deck, you know. It was what it was. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Man, we had fun. We did it all, you know. But the funny money era, that was definitely a different time. So tap in, tap the fuck in. Now look, I know a lot of y'all ain't really been out, clubbing like that, so y'all really don't understand the club life. But if you just listen, I'm gonna school you with it the best I can. You get what I'm saying. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Yeah, man. Me and my homie, we ain't give a fuck. We was gonna get paid one way or another. And that shit just so happened to come by. So we did with it. Tap in, tap the fuck in. All right, let's get to it. So I'm rolling my homeboy Smooth, right? You know what I'm saying? This my man's from the block and shit. So me and him, we was like the wingman for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like he had some bras on date. He'd call me. I'd be the wingman. You know what I'm saying? We always made shit happen. We done went on missions together, everything. We done did all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So this was my homie. So anyway, we was fucked up at this time. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had no bread, nothing. We was just fucked up. So we trying to figure out what we gonna do to get back and get some money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, let's do this casino shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's put some bread together. Let's go to the casino and just hit that bitch. I'm like, we bound to make something. You know what I'm saying? We just go in the casino and just make it happen. He like, man, I don't know, bro. It's gonna be hard trying to make that bread. Woo woo. He like, man, I actually got another hustle we could do. He was like, but you gotta be down with it. I'm like, what's up? He like, man, I got a plug on the funny money. You know what I'm saying? We can go on here and flip that shit, make some real cheese out of it. I'm like, man, how the fuck we gonna do that? He's like, man, when I get the money in, we just gonna go from there. I'm like, man, all right, dog. So about 2, 3 days later, van pulled up. He jumped in the van, came back out. Nigga had $1,000 worth of fake money. You know what I'm saying? All 20s, tens, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a couple fives in there. You know what I'm saying? 50s. It wasn't that many 50s, and there was a couple of hundreds. You know what I'm saying? To the chat, Lisa Brady, what's the deal? What's that? Greeny, hello, hey, how you doing? All right. So he had the funny money, $1,000 worth of all type of bills, mainly 20s and tens, right? I'm like, dog, what the fuck we about to do with all this shit? So he gave me half of it. Boom. I had 500. He had 500. He like, man, we gonna have to start hitting these clubs. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna have to tear them bitches up, see what they on. I'm like, the clubs? Cause we was already going to the clubs and shit like that, when we was young. The club and shit was our thing. So he like, man, we just gonna have to get off at the club. I'm like, how the fuck we gonna do that? He like, it gotta be the nightclubs. So we not talking about like the regular clubs just to go dancing it. It's like the nightclubs, like for the grown and sexy type, they mainly just there just to have drinks and talk to each other. It really ain't that much dancing, shit like that, right? I'm like, man, all right, dog. So One night we went to a little nightclub and shit. The whole play was we gonna sit at the bar with the bartender, and we gonna flirt with the bartender. She gonna be pouring us shots. We gonna be buying her shots. You know what I'm saying? So we going back and forth with the shit. Then when the bill come, give her the funny money. She trade you back the real money. Well, the shit worked out for us because the bartenders always was feeling us. So every little nightclub that we hit, the bartender was feeling us. So by the time the bill came, they wasn't even paying attention to the money because it already looked real anyway. But the whole part of getting it off was at nighttime. So they really couldn't like look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So they'd just look at the shit. All right, it's cool. Put it in the cash register. Boom. Pop out with the cash. So if I gave her like 500, you know what I'm saying, worth of drinks and funny money, it's probably gonna cost like three something. You know what I'm saying? I get $140 back in cash. I flipped that fake money and made real money out of it. And got drunk, you know what I'm saying? Had a good night, matched matched the bartender, left her a tip, all that, So that shit worked out for us. Man, we did that shit so many times, so many clubs. I'm surprised we never got caught up on that. We did some wild shit. I did that shit one time at this club, right? We had got a party bus, right? So the party bus pulled up on the block to come pick us up, right? We already drunk as hell, all that. I got about 300 and fake money, right? All 20s, right? So I go get on the party bus when the party bus pulled up later on that night, right? The party bus pulled up on us on the block. It was like 20 of us waiting to get on the bus, right? The bus pulled up. The bus like, look, it's $20 to get on the bus, right? So the party bus is charging everybody $20 to get on. Everybody popping their 20s. Got around to me, boom. I popped them a fake 20. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't paying no attention. Psh, let me right in. So I got on the party bus with the fake dub. Psh, all right, I'm on the bus now, right? Dog, we on the bus getting drunk as hell. There's bottles on this bitch, everything. So we fried. We shoot down to this club downtown Detroit. So we get to the club. It was a long ass line outside. The club was on Woodward. I don't want to say club names because I don't want to incriminate me. You know what I'm saying? But the club was on Woodward. So the line was all outside. The line was, outside down the street. I'm like, man, hell no. So the party bus pulled up right there on Woodward, parked on Woodward. So we all getting off the bus to go to the club, but the line down the street. So everybody going to the back of the line. I was so toe up, and I had my buffs on, right? I walked straight to the front of the line. When I got to the front of the line, security guard was standing there like, nah, you can't come in, woo woo. The girl that was running the party, she was at the door. When she seen me at the door getting into it with the security, she came out. She was like, you know what? No, he cool. Let him in. I promise you, I ain't had nothing to do with the club. I didn't know these people, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Girl was just like, let him in. So the security guards let me in. I'm fried as hell. I come walk in, she like, it's $10. You know what I'm saying, to get in the club. I'm like, all right, bitch. Reached in my pocket, grabbed another fake dub, threw it to her. She all in this all true story. I'm not lying. She all in my face, ain't paying attention to the fake dub. Threw me back a real 10. So not only I got on the party bus for free, now I didn't got in the club for free and got a free 10 back off the fake dub. I go in the club, right? I'm on the dance floor. I don't remember none of this shit, and I'm gonna get to how all of that happened. But where it was, I came in there, I hit the dance floor, and I went straight to the bar. Now I remember going to the bar. I went to the bar to bust down some more of them 20s. You know what I'm saying? While I'm at the bar, this girl walk up to me. This girl from my hood that I know. You know, she walked up right next to me. She got to talking to me. I'm fried as hell. I ain't really paying her no attention. I look at her and shit. So then, while she talking, I remember I just handed her my phone. You know what I'm saying? And she put her number in there and she gave it back to me. And I'm looking at it and I'm trying to say her name, but I was so damn fried. I just typed some shit, right? So I typed some shit. I say, by this time, three niggas walked up to me while I'm at the bar with a girl. Three niggas walked up to me. One of them just hit me. Boom. Soon as he hit me, my glasses flew off my face, of course. You know what I'm saying? I came right back. Bow, dropped his ass. I dropped him. His other two homies dropped me. They stumping me, all this shit, right? While they stumping me, the security guards come up. They pick me up off the ground, throw me out the club. Mind you, all this going on while we got the party bus. You know what I'm saying? So I get throughout the club. Boom. I remember that part. You know what I'm saying? I get throughout the club. I walk back to the party bus. When I get back to the party bus, it was still a bunch of members that ain't even got off the bus because everybody was drunk as hell. Like, dog, it was liters at 1,800 on the bus. And them bottles double shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was fucked up on that bus. We was fried before we even got to the club. So I jumped back on the bus. I'm trying to scrap with my mans. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, you let me get jumped in the club. Woo woo. Mind you, this nigga ain't even made it in the club. He was on the bus the whole time. But for some odd reason, I had beef with him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the bus trying to fight him. Everybody hold me back, hold him back. So the party bus man, he like, man, what the fuck wrong with y'all? He like, man, I'm dipping. So he started the truck up, pulled off. Half of the people that was with us was standing in the line waiting to get in the club. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all this shit, it sounded like it was long as hell, but all this shit was like within a couple of minutes. You know what I'm saying? No lie. I came in the club, I went to the bar. I think I had about 2 shots, before all this happened. And I got jumped and thrown out the club. So now the party bus man shooting us back to the hood, right? We get back to the hood, man. The party bus man dropped us off on 7 Mile. He ain't even take us back to the block. Like he was done with us. You know what I'm saying? We hop out on 7 Mile. There's some cops out there because they got into it with some other motherfuckers. So while the police out there, they was out there like 3 cars deep. While they out there doing what the fuck they doing, my drunk ass, I ran up on them. I ran up on the police. And I got people that can vouch for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I ran up on the police trying to fight them. That's just how drunk I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a crazy ass night. But thing of it is, I got off all that fake money. You know what I'm saying? So let me get back to it. After I got into it with the police, the homies came and grabbed me. They tossed me away because the police was about to beat my ass. You know what I'm saying? They all started coming towards me, everything. Like, it got crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I was just so drunk, like, doing some times. You know what I'm saying? So we all walking down the block. While we walking down the block, it was a nigga named Goldmouth. The nigga used to wear a gold grill. Now, we from Michigan. We from Detroit. We don't wear gold grills. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga used to wear a gold grill. So we called him Goldmouth. Man, listen. While we walking down the street, down the block, you know what I'm saying? This nigga just passed away in somebody's grass. Dog, had me crying, laughing. Like, I don't know what the fuck. He was just so drunk. The nigga just fell in somebody's grass. Nigga was just asleep there. You know what I'm saying? So we left the nigga there. We kept walking down the block. We stood on the corner till like 5, 6 in the morning. We all out there arguing with each other. It's niggas, women. It's about 30, 40 of us. You know what I'm saying? We all outside arguing with each other all night. You know what I'm saying? Behind this party bus shit, the club shit, all that. You know what I'm saying? Goldmouth still laid out in somebody's grass. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, that's him. We all bucking with each other. Boom. We all go in the house. By the time we go in the house, it's about 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? We go in the house and shit. I take a nap. I get up about 2 hours later. So it's about 8 o'clock. I get up, right? I'm sick because I don't remember half of the night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck happened? So I'm sitting there scrolling on my phone and I seen this weird ass name in my phone, right? And the name was, it was like XYZ, some shit like that. It was just a whole bunch of letters. So I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? So I called it. You know what I'm saying? When I called it, girl picked up. Now this was girl from the club that I told you walked up on me. That was from my hood. You know what I'm saying? When I called her, I'm like, how the fuck I get your number? You know what I'm saying? She like, from the club last night. I'm like, oh, so you was in the club with me. So tell me what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what happened last night? I'm like, I was fried. I don't remember. She like, you came in the club. She said, as soon as I came in, she said, I hit the dance floor. I'm like, I remember that part, you know. She said, I went in my pocket, my right pocket. I pulled out a little stack of money and just threw that shit in the air, right? She said, when I did that, I walked off the dance floor and all the girls picking up the money. It was all 20s and shit. So I'm reaching for my pocket because I went to sleep with my clothes on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm reaching for my pocket. All of the fake money gone. I had my real money in my left pocket, but all in my right pocket, all the fake money was gone. So I'm like, all right, you know, keep going, you know. She like, after that, you walked up to the bar, you had a drink. She said, that's when I walked up on you. I'm like, okay, I remember that. Now, I don't remember hitting the dance floor and throwing money. I just remember I hit the dance floor, but I don't remember throwing money or none of that. So I remember I was at the bar, you know, and she walked up to me. She said, when she walked up to me, she got to talking to me, but I was so drunk, I wasn't paying her no attention. So I just gave her my phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I remember giving her my phone. I'm like, okay, keep going, you know. She said, as soon as that happened, she said she put her number in it. She said, I snatched the phone and I tried to save her name, but I was so drunk, so I was just writing some bullshit. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's exactly how this weird ass name popped up, you know what I'm saying, under your name. She like, right after that, she said, 3 niggas walked up. I'm like, yeah, I remember 3 niggas walked up. She said, one of them hit me. Boom. She said, I hit him. He dropped. His mans and them jumped me. After they jumped me, security guards came in, picked me up off the ground, threw me out the club. I'm like, y'all, that's exactly what happened, you know? So I'm like, what the fuck was that about? She said the niggas was mad because I came in there. First of all, I got girl with the fake money. You know what I'm saying? So they said they found out I had fake money. You know what I'm saying? And they said I threw the shit on the floor and all of that shit. And I went to the bar and spent that shit. And you know everybody was like fucking with me in that little split second. Like everybody was cool with what I was doing, but the niggas that was running the party, it was a girl at the door that had parts of the party, but it was the niggas that was throwing the party. You know what I'm saying? They was mad because I was getting the attention. So they came and confronted me and one of them swung on me. So I knocked them out. His boys jumped me. It was their club. I mean, it was their party. So of course it was their security. So their security ran up, picked me up, threw me out the club. I'm like, damn, all that shit makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have never known that shit if I didn't give her my number. You know what I'm saying? Because I forgot it was her that I was in the club with. Like, dog, we was so fucking drunk. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was drunk as hell. So I don't even remember half of that shit, you know? So after she told me that story, I'm like, all right, cool, that back that. Nah, I remember, nah, I know what happened in the club and everything, you know? Man, I hit the block. I'm asking them what happened when we left on the party bus. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I got the story that happened in the club. Now, what happened when we left on the bus? They like, nigga, you came jumped on the bus, started getting crazy with my man's P. You know what I'm saying? They was like, I got crazy with P. They had to step in between us. The party bus man got scared and nigga started the motherfucking truck, pulled off, zoom. You know what I'm saying? He zoomed off and shit. They were like, he left half of the people that we came with because they was in the line. He was like, he just left them, so they was left downtown. You know what I'm saying? He shot us back to the mall. We pulled up in the hood, right? We pulled up in the hood. Dog was supposed to drop us off on the block where he picked us up at, but he didn't even go down the block. He dropped us off right on 7 Mile. So when he dropped us off on 7 Mile, the police was out there. So they was apparently chasing some niggas. Some niggas did some shit over there right before we pulled up in the party bus. While them niggas did whatever they did, the police chasing them. They got their cop cars parked on the mile, and they out here with flashlights walking around, looking for evidence or shit like that. They said I hopped right off the bus and ran up on them. They said because I was still pissed off about getting jumped in the club. So they said I hopped right off the bus and ran up on the police and took out my anger on them. Like, what y'all want to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I called the police out while they out there doing their little investigation. I called them out. You know what I'm saying? They said when that happened, they said the cops came right to me. They said listen, thank God for Detroit police. I know y'all be hearing a lot about the police killing people and shit like that. Man, listen, I done got into it with Detroit police so many times. I swear to God, on my kids. Like, telling them they bitches, you won't do shit, take your badge off, all right-handed God on my kids. Right in their face, all of that shit. And they never pulled out no gun to shoot me or none of that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Detroit police. Matter of fact, shout out to all the Michigan police, because I didn't get into it with a bunch of police all over Michigan. And they never drew a gun on me or none of that until I got pulled over for my crime. Then they drew guns then. But that was a crime. But me talking shit to them, and they never did that. So shout out to Michigan police for that, because they could have been killed me, but they never did. You feel me? So shout out to them for that. But anyway, dog, I was going crazy on the police. You know what I'm saying? So the police, instead of reaching for their guns, they pulled out their billy clubs. They all started walking towards me. They said it was about 6 of them. They all started walking towards me, patting their billy clubs on their hands. My man and them said I just squared up with them. I'm waiting on all of them to walk up on me. You know what I'm saying? So they said while that's going on, they said they ran up, boom, clamped me down, drug me away and shit, right? So when they drug me away, Detroit police turned around. Now, if you know anything about Detroit police, they gangsters just like street niggas. You know what I'm saying? So if they not threatening no more, they go on about their business. They don't got to keep chasing you because they got other shit to worry about. You know what I'm saying? They know niggas be drunk. They know niggas be on bullshit. They know what's up. So when they seen my mans and them dragging me away, they said, fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying? They went back to their investigation. When they could have jumped on this, took me to jail, all of that shit. But they didn't, so they went back on about their business. All right, while they dragged me away, we started walking down the block. This is what the homies telling me. This is a story that the homies was telling me on the block. They said we walking down the street, we all arguing with each other, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? While we arguing, Goldmouth just passed out. Right while we walking, Goldmouth just passed out of nowhere. I'm like, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? So he passed out. We kept walking. We laughing and shit because we was so hot, about everything that happened. And everybody was blaming me because they said I'm the one that ran in the club, got to tripping, got thrown out that bitch, jumped on the party bus and acted a fool. So everybody was throwing it on me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on tip with everybody. Like, fuck all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? All y'all let me get jumped in the club. You know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all on, So we was just going back and forth. Goldmouth has passed out, So that shit made us laugh. It kind of shifted everything around. We stood on the block on the corner half the night. We laughing and, like, not really apologizing, but we like, whatever, it's all good. We had a good night. We ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Whoop-de-whoop. Even the people that got left downtown, they wasn't even tripping. You know what I'm saying? They had got rides back to the hood. Everybody, we was all on the block. We was just laughing about the shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was a hell of a night, But it was behind the funny money that I was talking about, with this live. It was on the funny money tip. You know what I'm saying? But I never, got in trouble for it or none of that. But I did get rushed in the club behind that shit. For real, But I take that, over catching a federal case, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that, because that's what that is. When you play with money, that's a federal case. You know what I'm saying? So I take that. I done been in plenty of fights. I was cool, but that's how I found out the whole story. Other than that, I only had little bits and pieces of it. You know what I'm saying? But homegirl had to tell me what happened in the club. The homies told me what happened outside of the club. And I don't even remember half of that shit because I was so blowed, but it was all the funny money. I was tweaking. You know what I'm saying? I was getting a big head because I was busting all these clubs with the funny money. You know what I'm saying? I was busting them nightclubs. You know what I'm saying? Every time me and my mans, listen, every time me and Smooth went to a nightclub, we was busting them bitches. The bartenders was all in our face, all on our dick, whatever you want to call it. They was on us. You know what I'm saying? Man, we was just getting them off, dog. Crazy. And they not paying attention to the money because they all in our grill. So they just sliding us back real money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? That was a crazy time. But, it was what it was. You know, we ain't do nothing else with it no other way. It was just, the nightclub thing. We was getting the money off. We got off a couple $1,000, you know what I'm saying, of fake money, and we turned it in maybe 1,500 to probably $2,000 worth of real money. You know, it probably took about 5 or 6 bands, to make $1,500, $2,000 off of it. So it did what it did. It did what it did. We had great nights. You know what I'm saying? We got in the club for free. All we had to do was dress up, come clean, all of this shit. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. We could just go sit at the bar. Wouldn't be talking to none of the girls walking around the club, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Women be walking past, bumping into us, trying to get our attention and shit. We ain't paying them no mind. We locked in with the bartenders. You know what I'm saying? And most of the nightclubs they had two bartenders because it'd be so many people, trying to get drinks. So they had two bartenders, and it'd always be two females. Me and Smooth got them every time. It was easy work. You know what I'm saying? Every time. And we was getting their ass drunk. So they already was feeling us. We talking, spitting our game, getting them drunk, you know what I'm saying, tipping them, all of that shit. They ain't paying no attention. They just flipping it out for real dollars, you know what I'm saying? Cluttering up that damn cash register with funny money and don't even know it. Just, man, that was a different time zone. You know what I'm saying? For real. That was a different time zone. Swear to God. To the chat, Lisa Brady, stop cursing. Baby, listen, if I could, I would, but I can't, so I'm not. You know what I'm saying? My bad. If that make any sense, you know what I'm saying? I've been cussing ever since I can remember, It's just a part of me. So, excuse my French, but, it is what it is. Adrian Washington, dog, you had me laughing like a motherfucker this morning. Dog, what had you laughing? Let me know. Let me know. Man, listen, I lived a hell of a life, dog. I don't regret nothing. Nothing. Not one thing I ever did. Not one thing I ever lost. Nothing. I don't regret nothing. Not 1 second of my life. I swear to God, my life was lit. My whole life. My whole life been lit. You know what I'm saying? Even with having $0, being in the negative, you know what I'm saying, with absolutely shit, I had a great life. You know what I'm saying? For real. A great life. I always figured it out. You know what I'm saying? I always had the health to do whatever I needed to do. I always had the will to get up to make shit happen. Whatever it was, it was just gonna get done. Period. And it got done. And man, I'm here to tell the story. You feel me? And that was one of them times when me and my mans was hurting. We was on the block hurting. Like, dog, what we gonna do to make some money. We gotta make some quick money, like right now. Or we hit, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't got shit. We gotta do something, dog. I'm like, man, fuck. At the time, we was trying to get some cougars, you know what I'm saying? The fuck with us and, split that bag, you feel me? But the cougars wasn't hitting at the time, you feel me? Like, we was fucked up. We was trying all type of hustles, wasn't shit working. So like I said, I came with the casino thing, but he wasn't feeling that. That nigga said he got funny money on the motherfucking floor. The funny money. I'm like, what? I'm like, you know what? All right, fuck you. Let's try it. Psh, man, what a time. What a motherfucking time to turn funny cheese into some real shit. You know what I'm saying? What a motherfucking time. That shit was lit. It was lit. I would never do it again. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even nothing to talk about. But for that time being, that shit was live. Straight up. you know. But I don't advise nobody to do it. I'm not promoting, that shit or none of that. I was just telling y'all a real story, about what happened to me back in the day when me and my mans, we was just on the block, broke as fuck. We ain't know what our next move was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga had a plug with a nigga that was printing fake cheese. Like, it was just wild like that in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And it was an era when niggas was printing fake cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like pro money. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas on videos be having all of that prop money. Like that was the same thing this nigga was doing. You know what I'm saying? He had a machine making prop. You feel me? But it was dog. Like the only way you could tell the shit was bogus was like if you look at it, it got the second face in the background. That the funny cheese didn't have the second face in the background. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you could tell. Other than that, the texture, all of the letters, everything was down to the T. You know what I'm saying? But that second face, you know what I'm saying? So man, if they not paying attention, they not gonna peep it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what it was. They wasn't paying that shit no attention, man. And we was getting off. We was getting off. You know what I'm saying? I told you I got on the party bus for free. I slid them that fake dub real quick. Psh, got right on that bitch. Like, man, please. You know what I'm saying? Got me fucked up. Think I'm about to pay to get on this bitch. Like, y'all tweaking. You know what I'm saying? But here you go. Boom. Got right down to the club. I don't know why girl wanted to let me in, but she let me in. What a time to be had. You know, God working mysterious ways because everybody was outside the club. Like the club was already full. This how it was. The club was full. Everybody that was outside was basically cooked. And that's how it go. You know what I'm saying? It's always like that. And all them people be outside lined up just to get smoked, like the club to capacity. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't come in, but they just leave them out there for like an hour before they finally tell them that the club is to capacity. You know, basically the club was at capacity, and girl let me in. You know what I'm saying? And I hit her with the fake dub. Bow. Got a real 10 bag. All right. I'm in the club. Man, it went left after that, and I was sick by my bus. You know what I'm saying? I had some wire buffs with the champagne tint in them. I'm a post a picture in my post of the glasses that I had. They was wire buffs with champagne tint. You know what I'm saying? I was sick that I lost them motherfuckers in the club. Them bitches was worth 2,500. You know what I'm saying? And I lost them. You know what I'm saying? All because I was on some drunk shit. I was mad as hell. But what a time had, man. What a time had. Shit. It is what it is. It's been another live stream. Roll up a pull up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.